Hello guys, this is me, Yulia, and this is my friend Rick. We met maybe 2 years ago by accident in China in the shopping center, and then after that he and his wife invited me to work in one of the schools in China. And since that we know each other and we talk, so today I want to interview him and just ask a few questions. So Rick, where are you from?
I am from Vancouver, Canada,
Okay.
and from the province of British Columbia, which is on the west coast. Canada is a very big country. You have the east coast and the west coast. We're from Vancouver, Canada, which is on the west coast.
Okay, and what do you do in China?
I came to China to support my wife, who is the English teacher, and also have found very many opportunities to serve and help in the education field.
So, what can you say about teaching English in China and how important it is for Chinese to learn English? So, just all of these things from your own experience.
Right. The in China, it seems, and perhaps in other areas of the world, people can read English and they can write English,
Okay, yeah.
but they cannot have a conversation. They still aren't able to actually speak. So when I came and I began to interact a little bit with the schools and visit, I found that they were very open to having conversations. And then because I can speak what's called native English, everybody is very interested and wants to hear. And so the biggest difference here is many of the Chinese just cannot actually speak. They don't have the opportunity to speak. So I began offering what we call conversation clubs. Just the ability for people to come together, develop friendships, and learn how to speak.
Well, but I think it's not a problem only for Chinese being able to read but cannot speak, right?
Right?
So, what else do you do
It-
in China?
Well, that problem is everywhere. It's true. Every nation struggles with actually speaking. And so what the language seems to be an open opportunity for friendships and for business and for countries to get to know each other. So for sure, the English it truly is a bridge. It just opens up doors of opportunities.
So, how do you think about lifestyle in China? Is it difficult for a foreigner to live in this country, or is it easy? Can you speak Chinese or not? So all of these things.
Yeah, no, it definitely it is a big adjustment. And coming from Canada, where our population is really small, the biggest adjustment is the amount of people. There is just so many people. Everything is crowded. The buses, the subways, even just walking. So the amount of people is it's just staggering to a foreigners, and most of us come and we're just overwhelmed with how many people. So then what becomes important is still trying to speak some type of value to the individual, because it's just so many people. You are just a number, or you're just a project, or you're just a person amidst millions of people. So it's important to kind of value the individual person, and we've enjoyed that here.
So, what are your plans? How long have you been living in China, first of all? And are you planning to go back to Canada, or maybe go to another country, or stay in China for a long time?
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's a very good question, because in life's experience, if you just are kind of saying yes to opportunities and adventure, then here we are in Xi'an, China. It's an amazing adventure. We would have never imagined, never planned. So today, we live for the day, we live for the moment, and we're going to enjoy today, and we enjoy that. The following years are still kind of just looking and anticipating what is best. So my wife is very effective here and can speak the language, and
Chinese.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And so we recognize we can help here, and it's pretty valuable. We enjoy it, and at the same time, we have our own family in Canada, so we miss them, and it's important to keep those relationships going. So every year we make a decision. Every year you kind of decide around June. We say yes to another school year, or we will say no and go back to Canada.
Okay, so I have a question. Are you enjoying your life in China or not really? And I also ask many people how to enjoy your life in any situation, because sometimes some people want to move to another city or maybe to another country. Some people want this or that. And we're all looking for happiness. We're all looking for joy, right?
Yeah.
So how to, your idea, your way of thinking, or how do you feel happy, and what do you do for your happiness? And are you happy or not?
Yeah, it's a very good question, because I think everybody deserves to live a joyful life, or I think we were created to have very meaningful and rewarding lives. So to ask that question is important. And for sure, here in China, we enjoy the culture. We enjoy the food.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the food is good.
The food is really different compared to Canadian food and even Russian food, right?
And then the people in a way, they can be very friendly. The scenery, there's some beautiful scenery in China, and yet obviously what means most is if you have an inner happiness, something inside you that is content and satisfied regardless of circumstances. So even if the food isn't good, or your health isn't perfect, or your circumstances aren't perfect, can you still have joy? And to me, that comes from your spiritual understanding and a whole other relationship with your God and a creator. And that might be a different topic, but it's great.
Yeah,
it's
maybe we can shoot the next video and we can talk deeper in this. But just
that's where the joy really needs to come from, and then it kind of can move and spill into other areas of your life. And I often say the best part of China is meeting the people. So the friendships we've developed, and whether they're little kindergarten students or parents, the friendships are really, really valuable because people are important.
I know a lot of foreigners in China, and they're not happy at all. They are always complaining about different things. So what can you say about that?
Well, yes, it's because it's so different. It is easy just to think, it doesn't smell right, it's too crowded, the food's too different, there's too many people, and it's yes, you can end up kind of in a downward spiral of thinking and become negative.
It's easier to complain.
And easy and to be complaining. So, but as we all know, that's everywhere. There are people who are living wonderful conditions in the United States, but are very unhappy and finding other ways to deal with that, drinking too much or on drugs, or they're still trying to cope with this unhappiness. So,
what is your key of happiness?
Well, for me, the key has been understanding my value and who I am as a person, so that my approval and my acceptance comes from God Himself, and so it is a very spiritual thing, and it's a deeper sense of contentment and satisfaction. So then your circumstances, they're always there, but what never changes is your approval and the acceptance, the love that you have from God, who created you for that. So that deep sense of contentment never goes away. That's your true joy. It's a true, almost inexpressible, deep joy.
So what can you say to people who are looking for joy, for happiness? So what is your advice?
Yes. always we're first you want to encourage people to think, which this is enabling us to do. We're asking the question: are you happy? Are you really happy? Do you have a sense of joy in you? First, you have to think about it. So many people are so busy and push, strive. They never stop and think. Well, where am I going? What am I doing? Does this matter? Am I happy? No, they're just busy, and exhausted. Tired, just go to sleep. So the first advice is just to stop and think and ask, who am I and what am I doing? And does this really matter? And so once you begin to ask those questions, I believe God will answer those questions. He is waiting to meet those needs and brings us all to those places of recognition, and we ask the question. And then He meets that need.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope guys you liked our video. Please don't forget to subscribe into my channel. If you have any questions, you can write it in the comments below. And share this video with your friends. See you next time. Goodbye.